James Gunn was putting Marvel on notice to let them know they don't have him for much longer because he had to throw in a Batman reference in this holiday special. And welcome to my safe haven, everybody. Thank you guys again for joining me for another special holiday review here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. If this is your first time checking me out, hey, how's it going? My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek, and I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any combination of the four. So I like to talk superheroes, I like to talk video games, I like to talk comic books, I like to talk action movies, I like to talk sci-fi movies, animated movies, horror movies, fantasy, all of it, nerd content, and of course I like to talk about black representation and queer representation. So if that's something that you're interested in, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, become a regular here on the channel, check out my other videos, hit the like button, comment on the other videos, become a regular here on the channel. Let me become familiar with your username, just like I have with a lot of my users that have been with me from the beginning or have just recently joined to say, hey, it's my first time, I'm a new subscriber. Hit me up in the comments. But also with that, like I said, with the video, hit the like button, whether it's you're a newbie or you've been here for a regular. You already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you watch to the end. Like this video for the algorithm. Watch, like, share, comment, interact on this video for the all gay rhythm. But because it's been out on Disney Plus for a little bit, we are here to talk spoilers for Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special by James Gunn. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. It's currently on Disney Plus, and then come back here and let's have the discussion. I currently have my little Rocket Raccoon plushie sit in the background. I usually have him up there, but I put him down here since I am talking Guardians. But anyway, this Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special tells the tale of Mantis and Drax go on a special mission to Earth to bring some holiday cheer to Peter Quill, who's still depressed over the loss of Gamora. And this is James Gunn's really his first time doing anything with Marvel and Disney since getting, as far as I know, since getting fired and then rehired and then going off to do stuff with DC and now coming back to do the holiday special and then also working on Guardians 3. And so with this being a James Gunn movie, you know the soundtrack is going to be incredible, and I'm going to be Shazamming a couple songs, and then some of the original songs, like the song that plays in the very beginning of this, not the very beginning, but like the first 5 minutes of this episode where the alien guy who has this weird name was singing about his interpretation of Christmas. It's been stuck in my head because I rewatched it again right before I started recording, and that song is just, the chorus has been stuck in my head. I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here. That's like been stuck in my head. Even now, as I'm talking, it's like in my head. But yeah, but overall, I enjoyed this holiday special. I thought it was cute, and I want Marvel to do more of these special presentations. Like you had Werewolf by Night, which I really enjoyed. That's one of my favorite things to come out of Phase 4. And now this holiday special, which I also really enjoyed. And since Avengers Infinity War, this is really the first time we're getting to know what's been happening in the lives of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because yes, we got to see the Guardians in Thor: Love and Thunder, but we didn't really know what was going up with the Guardians, what was going on with the Guardians, where their headspace has been since what happened in Infinity War and the loss of Gamora. And yeah, you'll find out, yeah, Peter's still depressed, obviously, about the loss of Gamora. Even though she's technically back, it's just not his Gamora. It's Gamora from another timeline. And then also we learned that the Guardians bought Nowhere from the Collector, Tavon. And when they mentioned that whole thing, I was just like, everything that we learned from Guardians Volume 1 and Volume 2 says that the Guardians are broke. Where do they get the funds to buy a whole celestial planet from the Collector? Or maybe they found some rare item or whatever that they traded Nowhere for. I don't know. All I know is that they now own Nowhere. They're basically, the Guardians of the Galaxy have entered the real estate market. And we finally get to see more from Cosmo. We've seen Cosmo in Tavon's little collector cases in, I think, the first Guardians movie. I don't think we've seen him in the second, well, in this version, Cosmo is a girl. In the comics, Cosmo is a boy, a Russian boy, but in this, a a Bulgarian actress voices Cosmo. But we're getting to see more from Cosmo, and supposedly Cosmo plays a larger role in Guardians Volume 3. And to give a little quick backstory on Cosmo, Cosmo is a Russian dog that was sent off into space, and his spaceship got lost in orbit. It ended up on nowhere. And kind of like the Fantastic Four, the spaceship was bombarded with cosmic rays, granting Cosmo very powerful telekinetic and telepathic abilities. So Cosmo's pretty damn powerful. And Cosmo ends up being head of security on Nowhere. And because of his powerful telepathic abilities, that's how he's able to communicate with the Guardians and everyone else. But I'm not sure what James Gunn is going to do in the MCU. That rhymes. Cause like when Cosmo was talking, it sounded like she had like a device. Like, it sounded like she was using a device to communicate with the Guardians and not telepathic powers. So I don't know, but we at least see that she has telekinesis. Does she have telepathy? I guess we'll see. Cause yeah, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it seemed like every time she talked, this like red light on her collar would like light up and blink. At least that's what I thought I saw. So it gave off the impression that there was a device that was allowing her to communicate. Which if he does go that route, I don't know, that would be a strange choice. We already have talking raccoons and telepaths, and like it would be weird that he would be like, oh, giving a dog telepathy would be too beyond the pale. Like it's a weird, I don't know, but who knows? But while Kraglin was explaining to the rest of the Guardians Christmas and how Yondu ruined Christmas for Peter Quill, we get to learn more about and get more backstory about Mantis being the sister of Peter Quill, because her father is Ego. And honestly, because it's been so long since I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I forgot about that entire plot line about Mantis being his, and when she was talking about it, I was like, wait, when did this happen? I completely forgot about it. I need to go back and watch, and I'm even wearing the shirt. I need to go back and watch Volume 2. And honestly, I didn't care for Volume 2 that much, honestly. Like, I believe I've only seen it the one time in theaters. But I've seen Volume 1 several times, so that's still more fresh in my head than Volume 2. I think my biggest issue, not even just the holiday special, but the way the Guardians are portrayed in this holiday special, and just the way the Guardians have been portrayed overall in James Gunn's movies. And I know I shouldn't do this, and it's not the fault of James Gunn, or I guess technically it could be the fault of James Gunn, but because I just recently finished playing the PS5 Guardians of the Galaxy video game. I just beat it not that long ago. And I don't know, because it's still that game is so fresh in my mind, I keep comparing, especially considering how the game took its cues from both the movies and the comics. So there's an amalgamation of both. I can't help compare the way the Guardians of the Galaxy are portrayed in the games and then how they're portrayed in the movies. And I'm just like, the movie version is the more inferior version. Like, I like how they're portrayed in the games way better than they're portrayed in the movie. There's more character to them in the games than there was in the movie. Like, for the most part, in the movies, Drax is basically an idiot at this point. Like, he's not meant to be taken seriously at all. But in that game, it's like, there is still some of that, like him taking things literal. And like I said, they took their cues from the movie. So you could tell this character is based on Dave Bautista, but at the same time, he's still Drax the Destroyer. He's still scary. He's still a warrior. And there's also moments of intelligence and intellect. Even though he doesn't understand sarcasm, he's still not an idiot, basically, like how he's been portrayed and written in the movies. But yeah, I'm not gonna go on and on about that. But anyway, that's what I was just thinking the whole time. But like I said, overall, I thought the holiday special was cute. Of course, it gives you that Christmas feel. I like seeing Drax and Mantis interact on Earth and go to Hollywood Boulevard, which I've been there before, right by the Chinese theater. And you're seeing all the cosplayers and people dress up just like you do in New York Times Square. And of course, like, they don't know any better. So when Mantis saw somebody dressed up as Captain America, she thinks it's actually Steve Rogers, and she goes and jumps on him and hugs him. And I've never heard of GoBots. A friend of mine told me that it's actually like a Transformers knockoff. But apparently GoBots are canon in the MCU. Not just canon in the sense of like you saw a GoBots cosplayer or whatever, but like Mantis actually says, like, no, GoBots actually killed Drax's cousin. She doesn't just say a robot killed Drax's cousin. She says GoBots killed Drax's cousin. Which, of course, we're learning more backstory on Drax other than the fact that Thanos took out his entire family. But now we're learning that GoBots killed Drax's cousin. And then, of course, they got filmed taking photo, which I'm like, that was like behind the scenes stuff. Those were actual like tourists taking photos with Dave Bautista and Bob Clementeff dressed as Drax and Mantis. I was like, dang. Why couldn't this happen when I was in LA? But then when you see Mantis and Drax go into that club, the moment they went into that club, well, first and foremost, I was like, there's a guy sitting out. Wouldn't he ask for their ID? But either way, as soon as they went to that club, I was like, this is a gay club, right? And then what happened? There was that black guy that approached Drax asking to dance with him. And I was like, yeah, he's hitting on Drax. This is totally a gay club. And then you saw people in the back. Like I saw a couple guys in that background that had that porn stash. And I was like, yeah, this is totally a gay club. But of course, it's Disney. I didn't see any men or even women making out in the background. But I was like, we knew what kind of club they were in. But anyway, so they steal Kevin Bacon. She uses her powers to make him more compliant to go, take him to nowhere, all of that stuff. Peter Quill is shocked and also turned off by the fact that they kidnapped Kevin Bacon for him. Because, I mean, and of course we know from, Footloose and him mentioning all these movies from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie that he loves Kevin Bacon. But of course, Peter Quill wasn't too fond of the fact that they basically kidnapped somebody. Of course, he knew that Kevin Bacon was an actor and that he didn't actually save people in Footloose. So, but of course, yada yada, they end up getting Kevin Bacon back, but not before he does a number and a song at the end of this, whatever. They have a Christmas celebration, things like that. But like, this is the thing I also wanted to talk, but I was like, so Nebula ends up gifting Rocket for Christmas Bucky's vibranium arm. And I was like, wait, where did she get the arm from? And at first I was like, oh, maybe this takes place during the snap. But then, and so she gave him the arm that was left behind. But then I was like, wait, no, because when Bucky disappeared, the arm disappeared too. But then when you look at the arm, that's the same vibranium arm that T'Challa gave him in Avengers Infinity War. So I was like, how did she get this? Because clearly he had it during Falcon and Winter Soldier, which takes place way after Avengers Endgame. So Nebula had to come back to Earth after Falcon and Winter Soldier and somehow steal Bucky's vibranium arm to give it to Rocket. I need to know that story. I need to see that as a Disney Plus special presentation. But yeah, but like I said, overall, I thought it was cute. I don't have really much else to say, but like Groot, who's not baby Groot or teenage Groot. I guess he's still kind of a teenager, but like Groot's getting jacked. Like Groot is huge. And based on this holiday special, because they say it twice, and I'm like, why would they bring it up twice, but not for it to hit the fact that James Gunn wants to do another one. But like Kevin Bacon says at the end, like, hey, maybe I'll see you guys again for Easter. And then there's a post-credit scene at the end of this where Rocket says to Groot, oh, Groot, you ruined Christmas. I guess we need to do another holiday special. And so that's 2 times. And so I'm like, so is James Gunn going to do an Easter special? Because we know Guardians 3 is coming in May. Easter is in April. So I'm like, why would he bring it up twice if he wasn't planning on doing another one? Maybe they filmed it in secret and they're going to release it later on or whatever. So who knows? Maybe we're going to get another holiday special. But yeah, like I said, I had fun. I will give the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special a high hit. But with that said, have you guys seen the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special? What did you think about it? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you can, hit that thumbs up button and like this video to help out with the channel. If this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.